yesterday on this situation that seems to be tearing America apart. Not only this past week, but since I can remember and since before I can remember. I think since America's inception, the illness of racism has afflicted America in some very deep and unfortunate ways. And that seems to be coming to a head right now. And so I spent some time doing some writing on this situation. And particularly through the lens of compassion, loving kindness, equanimity, and altruism or altruistic joy. Because it's been my experience through practicing these practices quite deeply that these can bring about social change. And in fact, from where I stand, and I might be biased, if social change is to really going to happen, it needs to happen through the heart of compassion. Otherwise, it just becomes another punch in the boxing ring of right and wrong, or light and dark, or up or down, or this or that. And so the fight never stops. The pendulum just keeps swinging back and forth, back and forth. And in each time the pendulum swings, each time a fist is thrown, more suffering. Another daughter or brother or sister or mother dies. And so if we can, bringing the qualities of equanimity, of compassion, of loving kindness, of joy to the voice of social change, I think then we have a chance. Okay, I'm just going to read here from what I wrote yesterday. Maybe some of you saw it already on Facebook, but the video gets a much wider response. So I thought it would be helpful to have in both mediums. Okay, enjoy. This is for George Floyd. Anger is normal and natural. Anger is a natural expression of the human fight or flight response. In fact, any time we interpret something in our environment as threatening, we will either experience fear or anger or a blend of both. Embrace anger for what it is: normal, natural, transitory, and fleeting. Then move forward. Allow the anger to fuel action, but then let the anger go before moving through reaction to how that anger feels to us in our heart. When we act free from reactivity, we will be moving forward with compassion, equanimity, and loving kindness. This is moving forward with true power. This is a radically different way of dealing with crisis. But look how stuck we are. We have tried all of this before, and look where we are now. When we move forward with anger, fear, aggression, or hate, we are moving forward out of reactivity. This is an equal and opposite reaction to violent racism, systemic racism, white supremacy, and prejudice. And as an equal and opposite reaction, it cannot win. It will never win. And it is understandable to react in this way. But this will only bring us back to where we already are and where we have already been. An equal and opposite reaction will push back over and over and over again. And we are caught in a devil's circle. How many brothers, mothers, fathers, daughters, and sons will be made to suffer? Battles will be fought, won, and lost. But there is no winner in war, this war or any other war. Only lives destroyed, only suffering, which leads to more anger and more violence. Racism is a fatal illness, a terminal illness. We must hold ourselves accountable with compassion, as a doctor would treat a patient with a fatal illness. We must ask ourselves, where do I draw my lines? Who do I allow in my circle of compassion and care? And who do I keep out? And why? If we are to heal as a people, we need to see this illness of racism with the strength of compassion. To see in this way, we must accept what is, accept where and who we are, and move forward from that place, as painful as that may be. Not reacting out of violence, not this time. We need to move forward in a different way. When we are caught in violent reactivity, we see the world only through the lens of our rage. We cannot see what is. We see the world through the red-hot veil of seething fury. We then see only in terms of opposition. And in this seeing, we cannot accurately and compassionately serve the present moment. Do I know what that looks like? No, no one could, because it has never really been done before. Teaching compassion, loving kindness, equanimity, and altruistic joy in schools. Teaching a oneness of humanity to children as well as adults. Teaching how systemic racism causes trauma across the globe, and replacing this horrible affliction of racism with compassion, with respect. It is so easy to get swept away into rage. In the name of righteousness, we become that which we fight against, whether we take to the streets with weapons or social media. In our rage, we fuel the inevitable reaction destined to meet our reactivity. And we land back where we started once again. How many times will we spin on the same wheel of ignorance and hate, violence and retribution? Compassion, loving kindness, equanimity, altruism. These are healing forces which have no opposite. These are healing forces for which there is no reaction to. To move forward in this way is a true revolution. It will take a brave heart. It will take the courage of a warrior to move forward through a radical embrace of the present moment. Now is the time.